And we are already in the third game of that best of 5, and it could be the last game. It's the match ball game for LawLiet, the yellow spawning native player that is playing from the beautiful South Korean country, and it's in the middle of the night already for him, and he goes up against OrcWorker that was not able to take a single map yet. He lost the Lost Temple, Orc Mirror, and he lost the match on Turtle Rock, which he's probably supposed to lose as well, because I feel Turtle Rock is sometimes, even if you said like it's probably not the best Night of map for you, but I feel like Turtle Rock got a lot of advantages for Night of if you can transition into the later stages, and we've just seen it like early game was crazy.
Late, if you have many talents, it's good, but like when you face players like play the same style as Fly with TC level 2 push, it's very difficult.
Yeah, that can be the case. But the problem here, I think we haven't covered it yet, we have like huge surface areas. So playing Talons on this map is something that you should never do, I feel, or that like almost never works, because you can like surround all the Talons from all the different angles. You can just use a speed scroll to run into the Talons with the Raiders. True. But it seems like he's starting with a Huntress build order, so he's either going to commit or going for that tier 2 expansion. Not sure. What do you like about the tier 2 expansion? Do you use it sometimes?
Yeah, I like it and go with like Huntress, Talons, Dryads mix.
Yeah, exactly.
With,
and Mercenaries?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, of course, Mercenaries.
Because sometimes I see that this strat is really bad. I see like a lot of native players lose with that strategy. I don't know why. At some point, Orc players with the Shadowhunter, they are just too strong.
There are many things to control, like the timing for the scrolls and the timing to know when to push the Orc, and also make sure he's not expanding. If he's expanding, he will win the late game because your units are just very bad, very weak.
Yeah. So key is, of course, ensnaring the Demon Hunter so that he cannot reach your Shadowhunter and maybe a heal scroll or two. And yeah, if you dispel the Spiritling, this is something that I've seen from Moon. He takes like a couple of Wisp in the fight and then he dispels it. That's pretty good. So can he be lucky? Can he find a Tomb of Experience here from the little trap or creep spot that he's going for?
Maybe.
Let's see about that. It will be a Tomb of Experience. And this is the nuts for OrcWorker. He's not level 2 yet, but he's almost level 2 by creeping the smallest, or one of the smallest creeps here on the map. He can tech to tier 2 already. Demon Hunter is coming to the party. And usually if you see the like one borrow tech, what can you really do about it? Almost a surround. It is a surround.
He's got surround.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow, what an early game. He needs to reposition the Blade Master with the Grunt. But he can do it. He can do it. But it is super close and he does it in the end. He forces the Town Portal, so Moonjuice will be gone. 1 Huntress production. He even needs to stop the Huntress so that he can uproot and the Demon Hunter can escape. But is it really worth it? Look at the Demon Hunter right now. 230 HP.
Yeah, that's the call of the heart. That's not the call of the brain. Like, you're not supposed to TP right there. I know it hurts, but you should let your hero die here. It's just not worth it at all.
That's true. It's really the call of the heart. That's the perfect term for that. It's not the decision that you make up on your mind, because it makes absolutely no sense. He constructs 2 borrows at the same time. I really like that, because usually if one gets cancelled, you still get the other one up. And this is something that you need to do also, I think, to catch up with experience and also with the supply that you will need later. Demon Hunter is now scouting for the Blade Master. You can see that he sends in the Wisp on all location and wants to check for the orange camp in the middle, but he's not creeping that. He is level 2 against level 1. Now Boots of Speed against no Boots of Speed. He can still get the Staff of Teleportation. But where will he staff? Will he staff? Can he get the staff out? Like 200 HP, 2 crits? Nah, it's not going to happen. Wow. Is this like a horrible early game, like opposite sides? We have seen a worst early game ever for Orc player on Turtle Rock, and this is probably one of the worst.
It's really bad for LawLiet right now.
Yeah. One of the worst early games here for LawLiet this time. OrcWorker is turning it around, but that surround was just beautiful. I have to give him that. Like the Peon surround in the main base.
But I don't get why you would commit so much into the Orc base. There's no need to do that.
Like, maybe he felt like cancelling like borrows because he knew that the Orc might be creeping somewhere. Because I've seen like aggressive voodoo launches to heal up on opposite sides just to get like the orange camp.
Yeah, but he saw the voodoo launch is here, like it's in the base.
Okay, yeah, that's a really good point. But what I like also from OrcWorker, he was sending down the Grunt down here to check for an expansion. Blade Master went here to check for an expansion, so he is prepared.
He knows. But what he should check is the Ancient Protector that's going to be built right there by LawLiet. It's something we saw from Remind as well. And I know Remind and LawLiet have a very good friend, and they share a lot of replays and stuff.
Yeah, but I think it's already too late for that. Usually you want to have that when your second hero comes out at the tavern. It should already be there, but this one will only be for scouting purposes. No boots of speed yet on the Demon Hunter, and this might be a mistake, because the Blade Master keeps hitting him. 3 Huntresses on the field. This will probably trigger aggression with a Shadow Hunter, and we see double Ancient of Lore and a Keeper of the Grove. I think I've seen this strategy once. He uses like a lot of Dryades, he stays on tier 2, and with a lot of Dryades and Dispel, he just attacks you at some point.
Usually what happens with this Wisp is you get an Ancient Protector and try to kill one of the 2 Bureaus here.
Yeah.
And if you manage to do so, you get a really good advantage in the early game.
Yeah, because you can basically easily take to tier 3 while all of this is going on.
Yeah, because the Orc will be so delayed.
This is a really old strategy, that Ancient Protector down there. I've seen that like in 2008 and 2009, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like really old, like also been done by Remind, as you mentioned it, but also Moon did it like a couple of times. I'm surprised that he will probably bring a lot of Dryads to the fight. Like last time I saw that, I thought like, okay, Knight of Player, he got no chance. If you have Spirit Link, if you have a Kodo Beast and Raiders, you should be able to handle mass Dryads. But it spiraled kind of out of control, and he won the game. Like, I'm not sure which Knight of Player it was, but he won it easy peasy in the end.
I think it was check.
Yeah, yeah, check. Right, it was check. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Sometimes the LawLiet put the Ancient of Protector here and make them walk all the way, like here, and upgrade them with the Nature Blessing.
Yeah.
Try to finish the game. He did that in, I think it was in World Cyber game against Focus, I think. It was crazy.
I really like that, to be honest.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I really like the idea of that. It's amazing. But you will need like a fast tech, right? Do you need like fast tech?
You just make the same build, like Huntress build, and yeah, just Huntress build and go like for with 3 Huntresses, and then you get a Fire Lord and push with like 4 Ancient Protectors.
Nice.
It's definitely all in, of course. If you lose to the push, you just lose the game.
Yeah, sure, it's a cheese. But if it works like...
Yeah.
You can do it in a game where you are leading to 0, I feel. And what I also see, which is kind of odd and I haven't seen yet, is like he's upgrading his Dryads twice in the armor department, so double defense upgrades, as well as he keeps the Lionholm of Stormwind, so I think they will go up to like 5 armor in total.
I'm not sure I agree with that choice, but even if they are upgraded in armor, they're still very weak, so you might as well just upgrade the defense, the attack, I mean. I don't know.
Oh, I'm really curious. I think this could be a really good opportunity there for OrcWorker to take this game. Not the early game, not only the early game have been like really amazing for him, but
Nature's
also
Blessing.
Nature's Blessing is kicking in. Really, he's going for the Nature's Blessing. But why? Is he going for an Ancient of War kind of rush, or was it just for that one Ancient of War that made it to the other side of the map?
Well, that's kind of a waste if it was for this Ancient of War. Maybe Protector push, maybe.
Something that OrcWorker is really good with is like pulling his peons at the right time, I feel. Like every time I fight against him, he brings the peons at the exact perfect time. And it's like so strong against human. I'm not sure if it's also strong against the Dryads. But Nature's Blessing, it's research for the trees. He researched it for the treants from the Keeper of the Grove. Wait,
he's
Masters.
building an Ancient of War.
He gets that one big mana potion for the Shadow Hunter.
Oh,
that's the dream.
Light.
Oh, the Dispel on the Shadow Hunter and the Spirit Walkers. All the Spirit Link is gone, but the end snares are real, and even the creeps are attacking him. Everything is going to the advantage of OrcWorker. Almost a level 3 Shadow Hunter, but that one got a big healing potion. I don't think that this is the perfect target to focus.
To kill him, like, it's hopeless.
Level 3, he can now give him the big mana potion. He does that, uses the big healing potion to keep it alive. LawLiet, on the other hand, uses the heal scroll to keep a few units alive. But what can he really do? 39 supply against 49 supply. LawLiet wants to stay in that game. He wants to win that, but there's no Town Hall, so he was committed from the first second he got creepjacked, and he will pay the price for that. Staff keeps 1 unit alive, but 200 is paid the price.
That's like 4 Dryads and 2 Huntresses already for almost nothing, I think.
GG.
Yeah, he knows he can't win anymore.
So he researched Nature's
this.
Blessing for the trees for the Keeper of the Grove.
Yeah, that was cute, but so useless, if you ask me.
What could he have done like differently after this round? Of course, this round was like crucial, but what could he have like changed?
So, well, not TP, of course, and just keep being aggressive and can go for mass dryads, but be much more aggressive. Like the fact he had to TP made it so he couldn't be aggressive after that stage of the game.
Yeah,
it was just he had to staff his Dementor back twice. So I think Worker didn't feel any pressure. Like he crept almost level 3 with his Shadow Hunter.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point, and I feel that really broke his neck. So next map will be Ancient Isles. Any thoughts on that?
I don't like this map at all against Orc.
Yeah, I think it's like really hard for Night Elf sometimes, but it can be good as well. I've seen Night Elf players do really well on Ancient Isles, because you basically have 2 shops, and sometimes if you can deny the creeping or get like the red camp, and then you get like Book of the Dead or something early game, that is just fantastic.
Yes, but that's a lot of ifs.
Yeah, true. So, on the other hand, I send you guys to a small commercial break. Beside that, we got a €5 donation coming in from Necro. You guys can't understand how happy I am to see Warcraft 3. Big thanks to Joel. Thank you very much, Necro, for the €5 donation for the next King of the Hill, because we have to gather some more money to keep that tournament format alive. And in case you're wondering who's the guy that is also talking here and gives us all the beautiful insights about the Night Elf race, this is of course Passion from France, and yeah, he's also a Night Elf player for himself, and he's